Welcome back to our series on the foundations of confident, resilient leadership. The impact of a leader isn't defined just by the decisions they make or the clarity of their message, but by the social environment that they cultivate around them. People do their best work when they feel safe to speak, ask questions, share ideas, and acknowledge mistakes without the fear of judgment. That sense of interpersonal safety doesn't happen by accident. It's built through the quality of relationships leaders create with the individuals across their teams. Every person brings a unique blend of personality, neurotype, culture, identity, and lived experience to work with them. These differences shape how we relate to one another, but beneath that diversity sits a universal truth that humans are wired for connection. From infancy to adulthood, our brains continually seek out belonging, safety, and care. When those needs are met, people tend to work better, collaborating more easily, and taking the kinds of healthy risk that drive innovation. Psychological safety is an extensively researched idea, and its benefits are well established. When teams trust each other, performance often increases, creativity expands, and people feel able to contribute their thoughts to challenge the status quo to make things better. So, how do leaders catalyze these kinds of teams in practice? There are many ways, but key ones are communicating openly, being fair and inclusive, and showing appropriate vulnerability. Asking open questions, listening to understand, and responding positively to contributions encourages people to become bolder. Treating everyone in the team fairly and make sure that they can feel like they belong makes people far more willing to contribute their ideas and energy. And when leaders model healthy vulnerability, being honest about uncertainty, sharing what they've learned from mistakes, inviting input early, and actively seeking feedback, they send a powerful signal that learning matters more than getting everything right the first time. That's what turns a group of individuals into a team that thrives. To get a sense of why this matters so much, think of a leader you've worked with the past, in a workplace with whom you had a positive relational connection, who helped nurture a working environment in which you felt supported and motivated. Imagine you had a time machine and you could go back to be in a room with them. Recall a specific incident that really made you feel connected and engaged. Maybe it was a time where you'd made a suggestion that your leader noticed and praised. Maybe you were afraid to raise a difficult point, but when you did, it was received with kindness or curiosity rather than defensiveness or punishment. Describe the situation. What was happening? What did the leader do or say? How did this make you feel towards the leader, the team, the job or task? And how did you respond? Can you identify one thing that your past leader did or said that you would like to try out with your team in the coming week? Keep it tiny and concrete, something you could do in under 2 minutes. It could be asking a clarifying question before giving your opinion, or sharing one thing you're uncertain about in a meeting. Think of when you can do this and commit to yourself to give it a go. Over time, these behaviors will create the conditions where relationships thrive and where leadership becomes a shared human endeavor rather than an individual sport. For more information on this and resources, sign up to our LMS personal leadership taster modules.